Bam. There we are.
We
Try saying something
we
for me
live?
live. Please say something.
Hello.
For me. A bit more.
Hello.
Okay. That's. Can you try like a sentence? I'm doing the levels, so I need you. Like, how would you speak normally?
Hello, YouTubers. Not YouTubers, people that watches do YouTube videos.
Yeah, that works. Cool, mate. Got it.
Are we good?
We are good. We are better than
About
good pickles. We're launching our final Vestri issue. How exciting is that?
that is that's a truth in those words.
Hmm. True.
It's been it's probably been the longest wait for a Vestri issue actually.
Yeah, because somebody didn't bother to write the script, really.
I did bother to write the script. You just drew Obsidian.
I drew Obsidian because the script wasn't really done, was it?
Yeah, but when it was done, like, you only did 15 pages of Obsidian.
Yeah. What am I gonna break? break a thing? You know?
Break a blood oath to
Yeah. Booster
that
had
Kiwi
Booster
guy.
had me by the balls, dude. I had to do it. I had to finish. Plus, I was really enjoying that story. Now, what other story I really enjoyed is Vestri 5.
Because we are awesome.
We are awesome, and it is the conclusion. How fun is that, right? So with Obsidian, we had a launch, open world, new things happening, and with Vestry 5, it's coming to a close actually. So you, as a writer, should probably tell us a bit about that. I'll have you
where
go
do
on.
we where do you even start with a thing like that? Um, so it started off with issue 1, where basically our hero Damon is a washed-up soldier that mainly does monster bounties, and
Yeah.
obviously sent to the island of Omradel, from which he helped. Well, he had a hand in purging in the war between the humans and the elves.
Rightio.
Whilst he revisits there, he encounters an astral elven girl called Elle, who gives him powers when he's holding a shard that she is trapped in. So, as the issues progress, we learn that the king of the elves has survived the war, and Damon finds out and he has to stop him. And that leads us into issue 5, the conclusion, the final showdown between the Elven King and our hero.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like Obsidian, this beast will have 56 pages of story actually. which is basically worth like what, 3 issues, almost 3 issues, right? I think with the Ash Can, we could probably call it a 3 issue worth of story. You know.
Well, it's 56 pages plus another 10 pages with the Ashcan, so that's 66 pages.
66. Hey, and guess what? There is actually a stretch goal this time, which is exciting. Where we will actually add one more free wonderful ash can, because we know you like those ash cans, our lovely backers. So we prepared a little bit of a great ash can for you. That will be done if we reach a certain goal in funding. Because let's be honest, our previous campaigns did not go that greatly, so we kind of want to a little bit incentivize you to help us a bit, and you'll get more really cool stories from it. So I think that's a bit of a win-win situation, if you ask me. Wouldn't you say, Pickles?
Absolutely. I feel like we were planning to do an issue 5 and issue 6, but we decided to basically go all out and basically do a 3 issue thing in one, to basically have a big showdown that we can actually have a conclusion for.
Yeah.
And it just it feels right to end it on a big book. Yeah.
And so, the one thing I'm really excited is because, we kind of had a little bit of a fail on Kickstarter in the past. We didn't fund on our second issue, and then we actually produced the book so quickly. We didn't really have time to put out campaigns like on Indiegogo and or Kickstarter, which is an insane thing to say, by the way.
That's but we, as well though, like, because we're European, we've been having American, publishers. No, not what do you call them? Publishers or not publishers? I guess what would you call publishers?
Them? I'd say maybe like shipment crew, or how would you?
Yeah.
How would you? What's the best word to say?
Yeah, just something similar to that. But the thing about that is that they also have their own comics that
I think
that they have to ship, so we can't really do campaigns a lot for those because it just clashes.
Exactly. So we had gone through a couple of distributors, which is probably was worth for it, I guess, and lovely people, but they obviously have their campaigns of their own. So scheduling that would be, one big mess. But that's where it is with those bigger campaigns like this one. That's 56 pages. Again, great story, 56 pages, by the way. Where we take longer to make them, so we can do both campaigns, and just time-wise, it actually works out very well. But this is the big one. This is the greatest campaign we ever had, because we are going to have my covers, we are going to have Matt Weldon covers, which are absolutely delightful to look at. And we should probably go through them right now. So, you've seen this one. This is our actual issue 1 cover for Vestri. Lovely. That's where it all started. And it just got better from that, actually. So, if you look at over here, Vestri 2, which is just action-packed beauty, especially when you look at those biceps. That's a really cool one. What would you say, Pickles?
I'd say that's definitely one of my favorite ones. Matt Weldon does an incredible job with.
Absolutely.
He's just an incredible guy, incredible artist.
Gotta really shout him out, because he's been the most kindest, just absolute treasure of a human that helped us a bunch. So, shout out to Matt Weldon for being freaking awesome. Especially, look at that third cover. Just lovely. I mean, I want them all. So, I think the readers would probably want it as well. My favorite one is Vestri 4. That one is bloody action packed. Just the coloring on this is just hits perfectly. I do love this little guy, this little critter. Just you know, that's the detail I quite like on that one.
I have a soft spot for issue 3 though.
So, yeah,
it's just really good.
and obviously now the newest one, issue 5, our final issue. That's where you get the sexiness of it all. And yeah, well, you know, then there's mine, but you know, come on, can't beat Willie Walden in his own game, can I?
There's not many artists on this planet
Yeah,
that can top Weldon.
I'm way better at interiors actually than covers, so we can actually just go through a couple of interiors, just not to spoil really anything, but show you kind of like a little gist of what you can expect in the book, how it's gonna look, and this is where the dungeons actually happen. So we do have, you know, any good fantasy does need to have a dungeon, and we finally got it in issue 5. You got the torch, you got the scary thing lurking in the darkness. Then obviously you had the sword, like I do, right behind myself, you know. But I am not going to be setting my one on fire, unlike Damon in this page. Got a little bit of inspiration from, I suppose, Witcher there. Did you, Pickles? Because the next page is double page spread, which is quite bloody awesome, if I do say so myself. And
is that a double page spread?
It's a one page spread. Sorry,
because you said double page spread.
Right. I misspoke actually. You'll just get a splash page. We don't do double page spreads because they are ugly actually. Yeah, hot take for you guys. Double page spreads suck, and you shouldn't be doing them ideally. But that's a little bit of my opinion. What pages are we gonna show next, huh? I hope it's getting you all excited, you know, ready and going. And I think with dungeons, you definitely need those dragons. So this is in issue 3. Who read issue 3? You know that the Dark Lord Arius has power of corrupting people, and now the goo men are able to actually morph and connect into something truly horrific, actual hellspawn in the form of a weird ass purple dragon that will definitely give some trouble to our adventurers. Then Pickles.
Say what?
Never mind. Okay, mate. These are probably too spoilery to show. I'll show this one. This one's cool. I quite like this one. This is where we get a little bit of a vision or future kind of present. And we do have a question in the chat that says, when will there be an omnibus? So omnibus will hit based on how well essentially issue 5 does.
Well, we will be doing another campaign about the collected edition, basically.
Ideally, so it's we're not exactly certain we will do it, but it will probably happen at one point.
But what we are offering now is a chance to actually buy all the issues as well.
So if you haven't read it yet, if this is like the introduction to Vestri, you have genuinely the best chance to get all 5 issues. Read the whole story. You'll get it in one box, and one sitting you can just blast through it and have really fun time with this story. It's over 150 pages, I think, in the end, and plus 2 Ashcans, ideally, if we hit the stretch goal, which I do believe we will do, because come on, this campaign deserves it. Yeah, why does it deserve it? Because, would you say? Give us a little spoilery, taggy thingy. You know, try to fluff up a bit of a bit of your book, huh?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't hear what you said.
Okay, okay. I said.
Can you rephrase that?
I said, why don't you now take over and do a little bit of a promo speech for the book?
Well, this is a book that's been 3 years in the making, really. Where me and Shabby have both grown as an artist and a writer. It's basically how can I say this? Vestri is quite a. I never thought it would be, but it's quite a. I guess it's a big part of my life now. And we bring everything to the table. We just give everything. we just give everything to make an entertaining book, whether that be showing a lot of cool fight scenes, awesome monsters, good storytelling, if I do say so myself.
Absolutely.
And some brilliant ashcans. I absolutely love the ashcans, and everyone that's bought these books have all said that they like the ashcans because they're just a lot of fun. That's basically that's just basically Vestri. It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. It's a fantasy adventure, heavy on the magic as universe, which we kind of explore a bit, but there's plenty of more to explore, and we kind of hope that we. Okay, so a little bit of an honest part. Basically, we lost money with each issue we made, so now we kind of hope that we'll actually make enough so we can create possibly like an arc 2 of Vestri, or a different book, because definitely Pickles has ideas and passion for creating, as I do as well. So we kind of do hope that will happen. But if not, this is a nice kind of bow wrap ending of Vestri for the two of us, I believe, because we've been at it for I've been at it for 4 years now, because a little bit over 3, I think. He came in later.
Well,
there was one issue that was not released that was absolutely fucking horrid. Just the writing sucked, the art sucked. Let's be honest. Probably glad nobody saw that one.
Joey's happy I came in to save the day.
But I think this one's gonna be really hard to let go of, because it seriously grew to my heart. Just because I learned so much while working on it, like even though it was tough, like thousands of hours put in after work, then just struggling to actually be able to draw, put in the time, try to make it as quick as possible, doing the floods, doing the colors, the lettering. It was a tough deal, but I think I learned a lot, and I'm really just grateful for being able to learn so much from drawing this book. And I think, when I actually drew issue 1, I was like, okay, I'm not ashamed to take to take money for this, because definitely previously I would be. I was like, that's not worth anything, and now I'm just, I think we've created some really cool special story for you all to see, and I do really want to share it with all of you. So hopefully you will see this campaign and share it with other people, tell friends about it, and we can get it to bigger numbers than we ever had. Because let's be honest, our issue 1 actually got the most backers, so we desperately want to fucking beat that thing. And I think this campaign is the one to be, if you will. Right.
Yeah. Um,
Nicholas, take over. I'll tweet
how
a
do
bit.
how do I even say it as talk about this? It's like I can. I do want to put out there though that we do have a tier that offers the book cheaper if you're part of the first 10 backers, but you know, I just wanted to put that out there. And yeah, Vestri, it's it's definitely been a learning curve. And although this could possibly be our last one, couldn't it? I don't want to let it go. Because I have so much fun writing it. You know, I have volume 2 pretty much nearly ready to go. Um, and you know, it's been a great 3 years.
Yeah.
Me and Shabby have known each other probably 4 or 5.
5-ish, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so you know, it's
What a
it's
lovely friendship blossomed, huh?
yeah. You've not been there for our arguments though. um, so I can safely say that a lot of emotion, passion, rage has gone into this book.
So much.
Some tears. When I've made Shabby cry, he cries when he does his art. But yeah, it's just great to be at this conclusion of Volume 1. And you know, there's some elements sprinkled in there that if you want more, you know, there's some elements in this book that can lead on from that. So you know, there might be more Vestry if we reach our goals. Um, and it's thanks to everyone that's backed our book and shared it out that we've actually been able to continue for 5 issues. You know, it's you guys have brought us over the line over the last 3 years.
Absolutely.
You know, we're forever grateful for that kind of thing. You know, it's made me realize that I want to do more. You know, I want to write more books. You know, and I've got stuff lined up. Um, like I said as well, I'd like to write a lot more Vestry. I want to keep it going.
Yeah. And I'm quite expensive, so you know. That's how it goes.
I'm not.
Yeah. Pickles is dirt cheap. But I do have to say one thing. And thank you very much for this. We have a first backer on Kickstarter. We have first $20. Thank you so much, you guys. Woo! And
we were scared that we would end the stream with none.
Right? That'd be fucking depressing. Only 499 to go. We can do it today. Let's go.
Should we go through the Kickstarter tiers?
Yeah. Let's do that.
You should share screen it for me, Shabby, so I actually can see it.
Well, I'll tell you what. Fucking hell. Okay. So this will be complicated because OBS is a thing. I'll try my best. Okay. Give me a second. In the meantime, you can go and there we go. There's the Kickstarter. You can describe a little bit about it.
Well, I think issue 5 is it's just fighting. Like we go into the mythology a bit more like we did in issue 4.
I think over half of the book is action actually. I'm pretty sure of that, you know.
But what 56 pages allows us to do is actually have that action in whilst also telling a story.
Yeah.
So I think that's good for us, because if you've read Vestri, you know there's a lot of action. Eggboy the Third is asking, where did you get the name Vestri from? That's up to Shabby to
So Vestri is actually a name of a giant that fell out from one of the. It's a northern mythology things, and there were four giants who fell out from an armpit of like the colossal gods. I think Kronos, maybe. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, it was just a big guy who had four giants fall out of his armpit, and they were all for one of them was like for north, west. That's why you get Vestry. It's from the west. So basically, basically that's where we got the name because it's a northern mythology bit, and we quite liked the sound of that.
Shabby obviously came up with the name Vestry because I wasn't involved at that point. But yeah, that's basically. I always forget where Vestry came from. To be fair.
Yeah.
Come
on, man.
Also, also, in my humble opinion, the Ashcan for issue 5 is the best one.
Yeah, it's definitely the best looking one. I think I'll show a cheeky bit of that for sure. Once we go through the lovely campaign.
I know a lot of our readers' favorites are Vodnik and the Eye of Maltstein.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to be, really happy with this one.
There we go. Okay, so Pickles, can you now see the thing?
I can see the Kickstarter.
You can see the Kickstarter. Wonderful news. So, I think our watchers can actually as well. The problem is I can't see the chat, so you'll have to keep an eye on that whilst we go through the tiers, okay? The final showdown. Can Damon stop the abyss? Created by Moi and Ya. Art by Moi. Written by Ya. Printed in USA, that's a big one. Now, should I read the synopsis, or will you take over and be nice like that?
I'll read it.
You'll read it? Wonderful. Put some acting in it. Go, boy.
Barbarian soldier turned monster hunter turned survivor of the world of Vestri. Our hero, Damon, has slain monsters of the abyss sent by his old power-hungry foe, Arius, who has now recaptured an ancient powerful shard from our injured Damon so he can ascend to godhood. Damon must stop him before the true brutal wrath of the abyss gets unleashed onto the world. Can Damon make it in time? Can the abyss be truly stopped? Our epic adventure concludes here.
And it's a bit of an ominous that we have a cover where basically none of our heroes are. It's just the villain, really. So, because our heroes were brutally wounded, in the previous issues. But that's the bandages on the torso, of course. Now, here we do have those pages I've shown already. So we're gonna speed through that a bit. Here are the lovely covers. Can't get enough of them, dude. They're so fucking good. Here's the sword. I have the sword behind me. Look at that. Check that out. Sword. And here is the cover of the Ghoul Ashcan. So this is called the Ghoul because Damon will be actually dealing with a group of bandits, ghoulish bandits that actually live over the swampy area, where kind of on the border, and they come raiding nearby towns. So this is actually a village of Mudchester, and you can see a little bit of a bit here, what's gonna happen in the book. So that's the Ashcan we get. And now come the tiers. So, for you can get basically the most basic tier is Vestri issue 5 with Ashcan. So the Ashcan is included in every bit of this. Then, if you haven't yet, which I don't know why even would you not read the previous 4 issues, but if you haven't, you can get them at a great deal together. You get all the covers. I'll probably end up calling it like Purple Edition or something, because I actually, funny story about this, um, I noticed the lack of purple used on covers, so I was like, that's a way to stand out. And color does kind of have a meaning in our book, uh, because the color of magic, kind of works its way through, and you can kind of tell the source of the magic from the color of it. So that's a bit cool. Then, if you don't like my cover, you can get the way better one from Matt Weldon with the Ashcan, of course. So that's a lovely one. Or, hey, you haven't read, or you want to collect all those sweet ass covers from Matt, you can get the Weldon variants, which is the set of 1 through 5, with the Ashcan as well. So that's, hey, cool bit there. And if you really want just the story, there is the digital pack. And that one's kind of cool, because once the campaign ends, snap, you'll get it almost immediately, right? It's in your email, because what we do with our books is this isn't actually crowdfunding exactly, because we put the book together before, right? So
Yeah.
the book is already drawn. I'm finishing final pages of coloring, right? That's gonna be done before the campaign even ends, and formatted, ready to go to print. Like, I know my speed. I know I can make it. I'm confident. We wanted the campaign to go out as quickly as possible, so all of that is sorted. No delays there, and yeah. So if you want the quickest way to read Vestri, you get the digital, and you can get even the first four with the final one here. So it also is probably the greatest way to support us, right? So you like what you see, you maybe like us, you want us to continue working on the world of Vestri, all the adventures, you like fantasy, you like adventures, you like a little bit of that masculinity there with Damon. That's kind of like the themes we try to go through with the book, I feel. Maybe, hey, that's probably not on me, because I should probably talk about the themes more than I do. But yeah, it's kind of what we try to create. And we would love if you would back the campaign and tell it to friends, because word of mouth is incredibly important with these kind of campaigns. So if you would do that for us, that would be basically the best thing ever. That's kind of it.
The screen's gone black.
Oh, well, yeah. Is it better now?
It's black.
I was switching over.
Oh, there we go. Well, you're onto the studio there.
Yeah. I had to flip it, but yeah, you've seen the Kickstarter.
Should we go through the actual tiers on the side as well and go through the prices?
You want to go through prices?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so back to that, I suppose. Okay. For $10, you can get the digital Vestri 5. For 20, you can get the early bird, which is the physical one.
Which is it's basically $5 off from what you would actually spend. So the first 10 backers get the discount, basically.
Right, exactly. Then you can get the digital bundle, which is $25, which is, you get $5 per issue,
yeah.
with the latest issue being 56 pages. So that is great deal. That's better deal than the big two actually give you for digital. Then with the Ashcan as well, obviously. Then you have Vestri 5, so you can get Vestri 5 physically with the Ashcan for $25. The next is Weldon variant, so that's basically the same thing with just the better looking cover, let's be honest. Then you can get the series, the whole series. So you get prints of issue 1 through 5 with 5th Ashcan. That's lovely as well. If you feeling like you are collectivist, I guess, you can get very special cover, which is a chrome variant of cover 5, and that's for $50. So that's gonna be for your collector's needs, I suppose. I don't think plenty of people will get that one. So hey, if you feel like you really want a little bit of a special thing, this one's for you. And then you can get for the $100, you can get the whole series with the Weldon covers and the Ashcan. There. And obviously, if you do like the art you've seen on me, and you want me to draw you an art card, I'll reach over. This is the size. I have a mock-up here. This is so far just pencils, but we'll be doing them in watercolor. Just to give you an idea. I can draw basically whatever you'd like, right? So for $155, you get the Vestri 5, you get the Ashcan, you get the art card. We'll get in contact with you, and it's whatever you like, whatever goes. You know, you want Vestri characters.
There will be a time limit to respond to that email. If not, we will draw just like a character from the book.
Yeah, if you're not gonna tell us what you want, you'll get a character from the book. But hey, you'll get to decide whatever you want, right? So that's pretty much it. Let me check quickly if we got any backers more. Not yet, and that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So now I just skip this one. There we go. We're back here. We're gonna be looking at the campaign. Let me just take a sip of water because I feel like I've been talking for a while now. I'm the artist, bloody hell. I'm not used to talking so much. So, Mr. Writer, tell us about the themes of the book, I suppose.
The theme is just basically a character that has to learn to forgive himself for what he's done. You know, our character, he committed what you'd call in the real world war crimes against an entire race. You know, and throughout the book, he starts to respect this elven girl more, and he starts to feel some real remorse for it. But also, he starts to kill another elf. You know, and our elven girl has to, what would you say? She has to come to terms with, you know, what's happened with her. You know, her people are gone. She doesn't really know how the world works because she's been gone for 10 years. She doesn't like to kill people, so when our hero's powered up, like, she'll stop him from killing, or she'll just simply leave his body so he can't use her to kill anyone, unless it's a monster, of course. You know, the themes, I like a bit of cosmic horror, so I've included cosmic horror that includes a bit of like normal fantasy mythology. If people want me to talk about how my headcanon is of how the world got created, I'm more than happy to tell you.
Go ahead, babe. Tell it.
It's a bit weird, and it could just change at any given point. But it starts off with two entities battling out for who gets to be the main guy in the universe, basically. And during this fight, blood is shed, and those droplets of blood dry up and become planets. And our winner, the creator of all, Foe, he creates his what's essentially his children to basically experiment on these dried bloods, these blood droplets, and
Hmm.
these are our gods, and they basically created the world made on top of a blood droplet by the creator of all.
Oh, look at that. We have the Bunterdome coming in saying congrats. Well, we appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Thank you,
Lovely,
Tim.
lovely for you to stop by. And
I don't. Oh yeah, it says it at the Thunderdome.
yeah. we've been blessed. We got. I think I want to talk a little bit through about the journey we had because we met some really cool people. We kind of the two of us got connected over comics. We obviously became good buds over the years. Just it's funny how this what started as a hobby just gave me so much in life. So I'm really appreciative of that. Looking back, now that the future is a bit unclear. Yeah, can't say I regret it. It's been a fun ride, and I've enjoyed every page. Every little detail, except the flooding, except the floods, like those. But yeah, it's just been a fucking blast, hanging out, talking story, doing concept art, doodling shit.
Me and Shabby like to geek out. We talk a lot about comics all the time. We talk about our own comic, like we geek out of the potential of what we can do.
Yeah. Tell you what,
It's just a lot of fun.
tell you what, right? I worked with a British guy for what 3 years, and the most sympathetic he got was today, where he just tweeted like, "We did all right for a couple of goofballs." It's fucking SpongeBob
Well,
and Patrick meme.
that's the sentiment behind it, though, isn't it?
I know, and that's
Like,
like the most most emotion I can fucking get out of you.
look, Shabby doesn't work at home. It's true. Well, he does his art. And I have a full-time job that takes a lot of time. And we just basically do this on the side, really, as a hobby. And we've been able to do it over 3 years, consistently. We pretty much always deliver on time because we look up to the likes of iconic comics, who are just truly amazing, and we do look up to them about how they compose themselves and how they do their campaigns. And it's it's just great for two working class, maybe a lower class, Europeans can actually make something that entertains people. That's been the true joy of it all.
I agree. Yeah, we had fucking fun doing it. Yeah. So hey, is that it? Did we officially launch the book and now we just have to sell 499 more copies?
Selling 500 copies would be pretty nice.
Yeah. Tell you what,
So,
because why I just explained the number 500, right? We kind of did the math, and if I were to get paid a rate for a book for a page, right? And so I could make the next issue it would be 500 backers. We counted it up. So basically, if you want to see Arc 2 of Vestri, we need to get to 500 backers.
That would be cool.
You know, it's a big jump, big leap, but we fucking stuck it out in the mud there for a bit. You know, we didn't do the bullshit. We actually, I don't want to sound entitled, but I think it's kind of deserved in a way because we didn't do the drama. You know, we did the work before we sold the comic. Just straight up didn't fuck over anyone. You know, just worked hard, really. And not even me, but Pickles worked hard. You know, we had so many people helping us. Just incredible gratitude towards all people who helped us with this. Makes me really grateful for everything that happened, and it would be a shame if it end up, you know, not quite working out as we imagined. I think, but hey, that's just my thoughts on it. It's
Like,
just a theory.
like Shabby said, you know, a lot of people have helped us over the years. You know, we could shout out our three distributors. You know, Skinny, Doug, Doug Garrett, Eric Harkins. Those guys have really helped us out.
Absolutely.
Giving us guidance as well. You know, you wouldn't believe that. Originally, we sold our issue 1 for like, what was it, $6?
Yeah, I think so.
And you know, we, as inflation's happened with stuff and whatnot, we've had to raise prices, sadly. But you know, then we moved on to Skinny. He helped us a lot. You know, everyone in our comic community has been eager to help us, including the iconic comics guys. You know, Tim Lamb, Matt Pellegrini. They've helped us out a lot. You know, I've spoken to them. Shabby's spoken to them, and they give us pointers of what to do. You know, and even when we've put things to a vote on our social media of how these little, you know, the fallen, how they look, we you know, we've put it to a vote on Twitter, and everyone that voted contributed to Vestri.
I think that's one of the funnest thing about making an indie comic, that you can genuinely talk to the community and they can influence the book IRL. So actually, we had a stream where I designed this cover. You know, people voted on which cover they'd like. Then did the Fallen, which are these little critters over here. Their design was also voted on Twitter, right? That was so much fun, dude. Like, and it's always funny because I worked on the next issue whilst we were selling the previous one. So I was like, well, I know you're buying issue 2, but in this issue 4, how would you like these guys to look, right? Just, hey, that's actually how it worked out. Fucking tell me an indie comic book that has 5 issues, right? Like, there's very little of them. So we made it into the big club just by
we've made it. We've made it into the likes of Rags and Carmen America.
Yeah, Saving the World, that has like
Saving
7
the
issues.
World.
Crazy.
That's on 9 issues, dude. He launched last week.
Even 9? Holy fucking Jesus.
So, yeah, so shout out Tonic Mole there as well.
Shout out Tonic Mole.
You know, our own distributor Eric, he's had, what is it, 4 issues come out. He's done different comics, but you know, he's done 3 Zombie Full World of Oz's, and he's launching another one soon.
Yeah. I mean, if you count Obsidian, and it's like 6 issues, and you know,
we've done 5
pages, so.
We've done 5 ash cans.
Yeah, maybe
we even did
6 ash cans. You know, get us to that goal, maybe.
We even did a short horror story during COVID.
Right?
Was it? Yeah, so people could be entertained.
Yeah, for free. You know, even. Which, hey,
Like yeah, like I said, we don't have
comics,
much.
pretty
we
good.
don't have a huge following, but you guys like you've put us, maybe not, um, not in like, money wise. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying the backers have put us in the same league milestone
Mm,
as Rags, Carmen America, Saving the World.
yeah,
Incredible comics by incredible comic creators, and I'm happy to be in that sort of milestone with them.
yeah. We're kind of the outsiders because we're dirty Europeans, but we'll stuck to them, and won't let go. Alrighty. Hey,
um,
that's Vestri 5, I think. How
that's
about you?
pretty much Vestri 5. You know, I'm always free to do more live streams if any other YouTubers, promoters want to put a word in. Um, you know, Sharing this out really helps. I can't specify that enough. Sharing.
Karen is
Um,
Karen.
Even if you're not really interested in it, if you think others might,
Yeah.
help that just helps a lot. Just sharing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I remember issue one of Vestri, like I saw a whole list of like different links, basically of different sources of where our campaigns have been. Well, our campaign was where different social medias, and it's just I'm not even wording that right, but like it was just amazing how shared it was, and I don't know if a lot of creators talk about that, but yeah, sharing is caring.
And on that note, and on that note, get yourself the book with the big barbarian and his sword. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out, and we'll see you hopefully soon, you guys. Okay, have a good one, and get Vestry. We appreciate you. Goodbye and good night.
Cheerio, lads.
And that's it.